Hey goalies, this is Mike. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the brand new Vaughn 7800 Velocity 5 leg pad. New for 2012, this Velocity 5 7800 leg pad replaces the 7600 Velocity 4 model from 2010. In this new 7800 model, Vaughn has improved upon a tried and true design that's been the benchmark of hybrid style pad design for over a decade. Though these improvements may seem subtle at first, we think the user will immediately notice a dynamic improvement in performance when switching over to the 7800s. On the face of the pad, the V5 features a newer graphic that provides a longer and taller visual image to make the pad appear as big as possible. In addition to looking big, the boot scoop angle of the pad has been improved to allow the pad to sit taller on the leg. This should help increase 5-hole coverage, and it will definitely increase pad clearance from the bottom of the pad to the ice, which should give the goalie a little added mobility. Taking a look at the top outside roll, you'll notice that the top part of the outside roll here has been squared off a little bit more. This decreases instances of puck skip over, and if you take a look at the outside edge of the pad, you'll notice that the pad has a more tapered shape from the past model. This should help reduce weight, and most importantly, this decreases interference with the pants when you're going into your butterfly position. Here on the inside edge of the pads, Vaughn has added harder HD foams all along the medial edge for a more solid landing area and for better 5-hole coverage when going down into the butterfly. One of the more interesting innovations that Vaughn's built into the 7800 pad is the combination knee riser and landing gear here at the knee. As you can see, it's one solid block as you've had in the 7600 model, but unlike the 7600, they've eliminated the extra flap that used to go over the outside. Now this solid landing block here has been sewn right into the inside edge of the pad. So this gives you a better response, and it gives a nice tall landing area, which should help your knee position in the butterfly. Taking a look at the back strapping of the pad here, you'll notice you've got 1, 2, 3 nylon webbing straps, but you've got 4 attachment points. You've got 2 here below the knee, 1 right at the knee, and if you want to run the thigh strap directly across, you've got a tab across here as well where you can do that. The calf features 1, 2, 3 leather straps as well as a leather boot strap. Taking a look at the knee cradle here, you'll notice that Vaughn's again using their proprietary MSH3 material here on the front of the knee lock, and on the sides they're using nylon material. Both of these combine to give you some pretty good response, but there's not a lot of friction here, so you get really good pad rotation. The knee lock is fairly wide. It should incorporate those people who like to wear knee protection underneath their pants. But if you don't, if you want to go ahead and go with the stock knee and thigh protector that comes with it, Vaughn has actually taken the tab, which used to sit right here at the very top of the knee lock, and they've moved it up probably about an inch, inch and a half or so. This should provide a little better protection against the top of your knee and also give you a little more room in the knee cradle as well. Here we've taken the pad, we've put it on the table here to kind of simulate a butterfly position, so you can see how the outside landing pad slash knee riser is flush to the ice along with the inside edge of the pad. Right on top of that, you've got a softer, low-density foam pad to give you a little bit more comfort when going down the butterfly. You'll notice you've got the dual-density nylon strap that runs across the back of your knee. It really takes its cues from the 7900 or the 7990 pad in that regard. And also what you'll notice here is the very outside of the knee cradle has a hinged design right here at the top edge of that pad. And the reason for that is you've got your leg here in the butterfly. Your leg is sitting up in that butterfly position. This top edge folds over to give you a little more freedom to move your leg as you like, so the pad doesn't interfere with your leg going into the butterfly position. Let's take a look at the leg channel and boot channel a little bit. You'll notice you've got the MSH3 material that runs the length of the leg channel, as well as it sits here in the boot channel as well. As an all Vaughn pad, you've got probably a medium to deep leg channel, so that your leg's going to sit pretty flush to the inside of the pad. New this year, this outside pad here has been elongated from the 7600 model. So once you put the pad on top of your leg, you'll notice you get almost full leg coverage around the back of your calf with this new design. And this should also protect against pucks that would come and hit your leg when you're up against the post. When you're sealing against the post, you get good leg protection here when standing up and in that covering that position. Here we'll take a look at the calf straps that are on the 7800 pad. You've got one strap that starts here on the very top strap, which starts on the inside edge of the pad. It's got a pocket where you can easily replace that strap. You've got two other replaceable strap pockets here on the calf wrap. Here on the boot, you'll notice that the replaceable strap pocket is actually sewn into the calf wrap area right here at the boot, and it buckles directly across on the other side of the pad. It's a neat innovation from Vaughn. If the start of the buckle were here sewn into the inside edge of the pad, as is usually the case, you wouldn't get as good response because that strap isn't sitting as close to your skate. But because it's really close and buckles at the other side, you get a much better response here at the bottom of the boot. Finally, the internal foams of the Velocity 5 pad have been refined to give you a stiffer pad, yet still keep the same softness that you expect from a Vaughn pad. These refinements should help keep the pad sitting taller on your leg a little bit longer, so that should increase the durability of the pad as well. If you want to see how the Velocity 5 leg pads compare to other new leg pads on the market, use the comparison tool on TotalHockey.com to compare pad features side by side. From the home page, hover over the Goalie button and then click Leg Pads from the drop-down menu. Once a list of leg pads appear, click on the Compare box below the pads that you want to see. Once you have selected the leg pads, click the blue Compare button from the pop-up list to see all of the pad features listed side by side. This tool is a great way to compare pad weights and other key features, and it is only available on TotalHockey.com. Check it out today.